Okay, so we are finally heading out to go see the location again and test if the sled actually works with the skis on it for Frank's sake.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so at our last shoot for this client, our Ronin died. Not as concerned about it for the client project, but more concerned about it for NAVIGATOR, because out of the 8 first shots, 4 of them require the Ronin. So we're trying to figure out what to do, and then we may need to send it back to China to see if it gets repaired, which might cost a lot, which it might just be better to buy the new Ronin. I'm glad it happened now instead of happening, you know, when we're out in the middle of the salt flats and we've got everything prepared. So it's a blessing that it died as it did. And hey, who knows? Maybe it would have caused damage to the camera or something if it hadn't failed when it did. So we won't complain. We'll just have to figure out how to fix it. This is what it feels like to be on a broken Ronin. I finally have a little bit of time to dedicate to getting the sled to work like it should. And so we're going to spend some time doing that. Everybody here works in their own jobs to try to keep everything afloat for doing the movie, and so that takes up a lot of time. So it's hard trying to find time to do things for the movie. Weather's been good for quite a while. We've been kind of waiting for the salt flats to dry up. Really, in the end, the hardest part has been trying to get back to having enough time to move forward with making stuff for the movie. The hard part is remembering which screws I need to take out to be able to take the whole thing apart without taking apart the whole thing.
How pretty these roses are.
I'm kind of nervous.
Yeah?
It's like, what if our road is like blocked now, or...
Oh, dude, that's our luck. That might happen. We'll get out there and it's filled with water and...
They turned it into a burial site or something, which that actually might work for the film. Okay, so we are finally heading out to go see the location again and test if the sled actually works with the skis on it for Frank's sake.
Yes, sir.
It almost feels like we're going out to film a sequel, because it's been so long since the original film shoot. So we'll see what happens.
It's good weather, so I think that the terrain should look good. Everything should be okay when we get out there.
Yeah,
I think.
Time will tell.
We will see. We will see.
But we're getting super close to filming again. We were so close to filming, and then a piece of equipment broke, the Ronin, and so we're dealing with that, and then trying to finish some of the stuff for our clients, and then just seeing weather's like, and pulling together costume pieces and just everything. But we're almost there, and we're excited.
Yeah, definitely very excited. Definitely excited.
What are you gonna get at the gas station, Frank?
Diet Coke. The cure for every ailment. Wet underneath.
Yeah, but it's not as muddy.
No, you got a lot, real thick form of crystal over the top.
A lot of crystal.
A lot of salt. Look at that salt.
Yeah.
But even the salt's wet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can definitely feel it sloshing around. Oh, is it ours? No, it's not ours. Wow. That looks kind of cool. Just use that for the movie. Look at this. You want a few more?
Yeah, there you go.
How's it feel?
It's pretty heavy, but it goes so much smoother, man. I mean, like, as long as I keep my steps the same, then the flow stays the same. That salt sure helps a lot. It's nice having the salt crust on the top.
It looked a lot better. There's a lot less unnecessary rocking.
Oh, that's good. How'd the lamp look?
It looked good. Like, it still rocks naturally, obviously, but it's not like, you know, it used to progressively get worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we did it, man. So here's a question. So obviously we don't leave as much of a trail. Did we still want to try to do like the small little screws where it just kind of rips it up just a bit? It's kind of cool to where it's just your boots.
Yeah. Well, you know, you could see, looking back, it looks...
You could tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone's been there. You can definitely tell.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Well, that's it. That answers our question. It's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Well, I hope when we come out here it'll be just a touch drier. But we'll see. Okay. Let's get this beast back up there. Looks like we're back in business for moving on with filming for Navigator. We have a prop that looks really heavy, but doesn't feel as heavy as it looks, which is what we wanted. The location was a bit, still had some water, but honestly, like, it wasn't, with the amount of salt there, man. It was a lot different than when we went last year. A lot more water content, but also like a lot thicker of a salt layer. So I think if we give it about 2 weeks, that we'll have perfect conditions for filming, I hope. So we'll see what happens. How do you feel, Frank?
Fantastic.
Be sure to check out our Patreon. That is an excellent opportunity for you to become part of our test audience, to receive special offers like the music from the movie as it's released, and we want to share that with you, just like we want to share with you Navigator.
Is that it?
That's it.
No more filming!